What's good with it, y'all? We back with another one. We topic of discussion. Coach Spo, Miami head coach. Let's go ahead and get that man his flowers, man. Let's jump into it. What's good with it, y'all? What's good with it? And welcome back to A1 Hoop Zone. Y'all already know what to do, man. Smash that like button. Sub to the channel if you're new. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. So we back with another one. We got Erik Spoelstra. Shouts out to him, man, securing the bag, becoming the highest paid NBA coach in NBA history. Coach Spo just signed an extension, 8 year, $120 million deal. I know y'all have heard about this across the airwaves already, but I just want to give y'all my little extra little, what I'm saying, extra change on top of it, man. The bag big enough, he might not notice it, but then again, nobody's ever big enough to not get their flowers, man, especially when they here. But many of y'all might not know, man. Coach Spo been with the Heat organization for pretty much over 20 years. You know what I mean? He was a what was it, film editor or I can't remember the exact thing he did, but it was literally he was a tape person. In other words, the offensive was the tape coordinator. So he would get all the game plan and scheming, all the film work. He would get all that together for the team to review, and then he got his head coaching job. First opportunity head coaching job, man, when Pat Riley stepped away 2008, he took over from there, and the rest is history. He hasn't relinquished that at all at this point, man. There's been some ups and downs, as clear as day, but I mean, hell, you got to give the man credit. He took over 2008, got his first chip in 2011, 2012. You know what I mean? So, and within 4 years, 3 to 4 years of taking over a team, you win a chip. Obviously he's a three-time champion overall, but within that period and you get your first chip, like, hey, you can't really what can you say? You can't really knock it. You can't really say, that's a bad situation or anything like that. Obviously with the having the help of Dwayne Wade, hell of a player, obviously one of the all-time greats in this position and things of that nature, man. But having, him there, Udonis Haslem, the old savvy vet, being the cornerstones and foundation for that team, man. It allowed for him. It made his coaching job easier just because it was an extension of him on the court. We all know the infamous D Wade getting into it with Coach Spo, but I mean they're competitors. You know what I mean? Obviously D Wade being a player, and from a standpoint of a coach, coaches are competitive as well because they're strategically trying to outcoach the other coach. You know what I mean? So they got to be on top of their game as well. So that was just a situation where two high competitive spirits. You know what I'm saying? Had a moment, but then there's many more moments of good ones. You know what I mean? There's many a times we've seen D Wade, hugging the hell out of Coach Spo or rubbing his shoulders and telling, we wouldn't have did this without you, things of that nature. So D Wade knew what he had, he knew what he had in as a coach, and Coach Ball obviously knew what he had from D Wade as a player. You know what I mean? Again, that definitely helped with them bringing in any roster changes and things of that nature, man. It made it so much easier to transpire and happen with Coach Bo having D Wade and Haslam there. Y'all, excuse me, man. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm fighting through it. But I just wanted to get this to y'all and give y'all my little extra little change on top of it, man. But again, just want to give that man his flowers. That's the true definition of starting from the bottom and making it to the top. You know what I mean? From a person going again as a film coordinator, to literally becoming a head coach and then becoming the highest paid head coach in NBA history. Again, let me repeat that amount: 8 years, $120 million extension, man. Like, hey, congratulations to Coach Spo. Again, one of the best to do it. Obviously, having great players. I think if you look at it anyway, man, every NBA coach that's won a championship has had at least one, if not two, great players on their team. There isn't one team you can look at and say, oh, they didn't win a chip because of this, that, and the third. And that's not the case. You know what I mean? So a lot of it boils down to what? Them having a one-two punch or a leader in the perfect formula, for it. But they always had to have a superstar on that team or a star on that team in order to get them over the hump to get them that championship. So that's definitely taking nothing away from Coach Spo. It's still him having to come up with game plans and put them in the best position, to win these games. You know what I mean? So you got to tip your hat to him. You got to give him credit. Hell, he's only had. If I was looking at it, man, I don't think Coach Spo has had a sub sub 500 season as of yet. If I'm not mistaken. I'll fact check that and I'll put that in the chat. But from my understanding, as far as from that perspective, man, he hasn't had a sub 500 season. Obviously, they made multiple playoff appearances and things of that nature, man. And Miami is one of those places that's a key destination for superstars or players to go to. Why outside of obviously the Miami Heat organization led by Pat Riley being one of the best, organizations, but also, I mean, who wouldn't love to live in Miami? You know what I mean? Damn near all year round sunshine. You know what I mean? So it's a lifestyle change. It's you get a better living situation. I mean, that's why everybody say the two best places they would pick is either Miami or California. You know what I mean? When they say Los Angeles and things of that nature. So it's like those are two desired high commodity kind of destination standpoints for players because they feel like who wouldn't want to live in the best weather. I mean, let's not be ridiculous here or let's not make some random stuff up. That's just the facts. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these players would prefer to live in the best weather. I mean, hell, anybody would if they can afford it. But back to Coach Spo, man. So it's like get that man his flowers. He is one of the best coaches. Yeah, he got two with during the LeBron and D Wade era. Um, one and the other one obviously is being a part of the organization back when Shaq and D Wade won it. He got one from that as well. So you gotta tip your hat to this man and again salute to him and congratulations on securing the bag for his family and definitely extending that generational wealth as well, man. So wishing him much more success and everything that comes with that, man. Only thing I would say for Coach Spo is, hey, don't let this change you. Stay that same person you've been. Never forget, humble beginnings where you came from, man, and keep grinding. I think that's a lot of the way why a lot of these players respected him because they felt that he really did start from the bottom, obviously, and worked his way up, and you could see it. You know what I mean? And he demands a lot of respect, but he also gives a lot of respect to his players too. You know what I mean? It's not too many of them coaches out there like that, man. Some of them have a sense of entitlement. Some of them think what they gonna think or didn't start a certain way. But hey, he been with the same organization his entire career, so you got to give hats off to that kind of loyalty and that type of determination, man. Well, I got for y'all, man. I appreciate you stopping through. Make sure you hit that like button. Sub to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. You know what I mean? How do you feel about Coach Spo? How do you feel about this contract extension and things like that, man? But I appreciate you coming through, and I'll be back with y'all on another one. Y'all be easy, man.